Welcome to Spirited Investigations and welcome to Michigan's Haunted History. This list of 10 is part of a playlist of gentle listening spooky collections from across the USA. The screen fades to black so you can enjoy the stories without distractions when studying or relaxing. Please do consider a like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. First is Seven Gables Road in Dansville, Michigan. Known as Michigan's most haunted road, it features a burgundy-coloured gate that, if you cross it, you might well be in for something horrifying. Legend says that crossing through that gate opens you up to an overwhelming evil presence. It goes on to say that a witch lived in a cottage just a bit further on. A group of men trapped her in her house and burned it down. There's now a curse on anyone who goes near her property, and the burgundy-red gate is a limit of safety. The legend ends with a dire warning. If you or your friends hear the witch's cries, then the last person to get back over the gate will die within 3 days. I think if I heard those cries, I'd be going through the gate, not over it. At number 2 we have Henderson Castle in Kalamazoo. Located at 100 Monroe Street and dating from 1895, Henderson Castle was built for businessman and Freemason Frank Henderson. It's a very impressive 3-story mansion with a huge turret on one end, bringing the castle name. Frank himself died after only 4 years of living there, with many people having seen his ghost since. Other reports are of doors slamming by themselves, strange noises and voices echoing through the rooms. There's also the smell of cigar smoke among the varied reports from the castle. Third on our list is the Michigan Bell Telephone Building in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Constructed in 1924 on the grounds of a large mansion, the Michigan Bell Telephone Building, also known as the AT&T Building, is a very large multi-story cream-coloured structure that looks like FBI offices to me. It's a place that doesn't have a haunting because of something that happened inside it, but instead happened on the site before it was built. The story goes that in 1910, when the mansion occupied the site, a railroad worker named Warren Randall tragically lost his leg in a train accident, which caused him to become ill-tempered and insecure in daily life. Because of which, or at least blaming it on the loss of his leg, he murdered his wife, Virginia Randall, because he thought she was having an affair with an able-bodied man. He then took a razor to his own throat. Visitors now hear a woman's voice pleading and crying. The thumping of a wooden peg leg can also be heard through the halls of the building. At number 4 is the Michigan Theatre in Jackson, Michigan. Built in 1928 and opened in 1930, it's located in downtown Jackson and is a movie theatre. Ghostly encounters include a woman sitting in the balcony when the theatre is closed, a little girl playing in the hallways, and a woman's voice caught in a recorder saying, "It's cold," in the ladies' restrooms of the building. The restrooms are in fact quite odd in that the mirror placements overlap, which SpookyTraveller.com suggests is commonly believed to produce portals into the spirit realm. Also, that such a placement might give rise to the sightings and experiences at the theatre. They wonder if whoever placed the mirrors deliberately manifested a gateway for ghosts. I just think it'd be a great place for YouTuber Amy's Crypt to investigate, Amy being well known for checking out bathroom spirits. Halfway through the list we have the Detroit 6th Precinct Police Station, which itself was also opened in 1930. Although it's now abandoned and showing signs of decay, people can go on a historic tour and a ghost hunt at the police station. Haunted areas include the stairs in front of the building, the jail area, and the evidence room in the basement. Several inmates and police officers have taken their own lives at the station, with the basement area being where 4 officers did so for unexplained reasons. At number 6 we have the Whitney in Detroit. Located at 4421 Woodward Avenue, this mansion-turned-restaurant has a history of transforming skeptics into believers. The impressive home belonged to David Whitney Jr., who was once a lumber baron and the wealthiest man in all of Detroit. Many think the spirits of Mr. Whitney and his family haunt all 3 floors of the mansion. David's eldest daughter, Grace, is said to be seen enjoying cups of tea at a table in the carriage house. A piano also plays itself. In late 2021, a staff member closing up for the night heard one of the pianos playing, despite being the only person left in the entire mansion. During 2 interactions that occurred separately and several years apart, a female restroom attendant was seen talking with 2 different guests by the ladies' room on the 3rd floor. That attendant didn't exist. She was a ghost. Seems like another one for Amy from Amy's Crypt to investigate. At spot number 7 is the Doherty Hotel in Clare, Michigan. As soon as it opened in the 1920s and during Prohibition, the hotel was frequently used as a meeting spot for the mafia and various other gangs, along with being a speakeasy. It was also notorious for gambling and anything else deemed inappropriate at the time. On May 14, 1938, an oil tycoon, Jack Livingston, shot and killed Isaiah Lebov and also shot an attorney in the tap room. Isaiah Lebov was a member of the infamous Detroit bootleggers, the Purple Gang, and is said to still haunt the hotel. Likewise, Helen Doherty, the grandmother of the Doherty family, is also commonly spotted throughout the hotel by guests. At number 8 is South Manitou Island in Leland on Lake Michigan. South Manitou is believed to be the most haunted island in Michigan, with a frightening history. Although not proven, there is a harrowing story of a ship landing on the island that contained passengers diagnosed with cholera. The ship's sailors took all the sickly passengers, including those who were still alive, onto the island and buried them in one massive grave. If that story is true, then you do have to wonder what happened to the sailors themselves. South Manitou does contain 2 traditional cemeteries as well, where visitors reported hearing disembodied voices. Also, the island's lighthouse is noted to be haunted by several former keepers. For number 9 is the Michigan State Prison in Jackson. Dating from the 1930s, it used to be the largest prison in the world and housed 2,000 prisoners. Following the first mass breakout in 1840, Michigan State Prison was destined for nothing but violence, malevolence, and misfortune. 10 inmates managed to evade 2 guards, then escape over the prison walls. It has a long history of mistreatment and neglect, which no doubt has helped fuel the hauntings within its walls. Known phenomena include sightings of apparitions, hearing unearthly moans or phantom screams, doors slamming and banging sounds on pipes. Finally, at number 10, the Botsford Inn in Farmington has a fun haunting of Henry Ford and his wife Clara. The inn was where Henry and Clara first met and where they spent many a courtship evening. The Botsford Inn was originally constructed in 1836. The inn was known for its gorgeous upstairs ballroom, and this was where the two would dance and enjoy each other's company until the break of dawn. In 1924, after the city's threats of demolishing the Botsford, Henry saved it by buying it and relocating it. Henry passed away in 1947, Clara followed in 1950, and that was when strange events started to happen. Owner at the time, Creon Smith, details some of those reports. There had been times the staff would set the room for a wedding, and it would be set for the next day. They would come in and all the cups would be upside down, or all the silverware would be reversed, or all the chairs would be back from the table, Smith said. He also added, there would be times when we'd need to get in and out of the room for a function, and we literally couldn't get the door open. Then there's nobody in the room. We'd walk away, hear the latch, and it would open. Smith also detailed an account of a man seeing a white cloud on a stairway, which pushed him down. The lights are also known to turn on and off without the switches moving. So I don't know if you can get a Ford car warranty claim sorted by the man himself, but it seems like it could be worth a try. Thank you for joining me on this little journey. From the Bell Telephone Building to Henry Ford, Michigan has some great tales from within the state. I hope you'll join me for the next one.